This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. With me today is Tysie Gallagher, first time on IFL TV. Need to get this question out of the way. First one might sound like a bit of a stupid one. Is your first name got any relation to Iron Mike Tyson? Is that why you're named? No, I loved it.
No, it's got nothing to do with boxing, like, at all. It's just a big coincidence.
A little bit, because I actually haven't come across any girls called Tysie, so I just thought that one of your parents might have been into boxing and named you after Iron Mike. Yeah,
no, nothing like that. It was literally, they wasn't the biggest boxing fans, so it wasn't. Yeah, it was just a massive coincidence. Everybody always says that now, though, to me, all the time, about my name.
Okay, glad you said that, so it weren't too much of a silly question. We've had that before. So yeah, you said your family weren't really into boxing, so why are you doing this, Tyce?
I've always been when I was a kid, I was always the sporty, into all the sports and stuff like that. And then my mum took me and my brother down to the gym when I was about 11. And yeah, he lasted about 2 weeks, and it was me that was it. I fell in love with it straight away. And then here I am 11 years later, still doing it. So yeah, it's not even like I was a massive boxing fan either. It was just, there's a boxing class down at the community centre, so I tried it out, and then, yeah, just fell in love with it.
Well, one sibling lasted 2 weeks, one lasted 11 years so far, and long may it continue. Obviously, you said that you kind of just walked into the gym and fell in love with it. We hear a lot of fighters say that. What was it most about boxing that grabbed you?
It was, I think, once I was in the gym and felt like the belonging, I think that's what just kept me going back. I felt like I really belonged there, I really found myself, and I just couldn't imagine not going into the gym and stuff like that. I just found, I found that was me, and going into the gym and then feeling so good afterwards, it really helped me, when I was in school and stuff like that. I really did need somewhere to let off some steam and put my energy somewhere, and that's where I found it, in the boxing gym.
Seems like it gave you a bit of direction and purpose in life. Is that fair?
Oh, definitely, 100%. I wouldn't even like to think what I'd be doing now. I would have just gone down a completely different path. This has given me so much, a purpose, and not just that, but discipline, massively discipline. So yeah, I spent all my teenage years in the boxing gym every day after school, and that if I didn't, I could never imagine doing anything else, So, but yeah.
I think the more people, especially young kids, that do that, the better. Obviously, we'll talk more about yourself in a minute, but I think that's an important point there. You're still young, etc., but you can still be a role model to lots of girls and boys who are potentially hearing this, and if they're looking for something in life, you never know how good you might be at the sport of boxing, or any sport, but especially boxing. As you said there, it teaches you discipline and gives you a purpose and a kind of a community feel. So would that be your message to people? If you're kind of unsure about getting into boxing, just try it. Definitely.
For girls, it is quite daunting, the thought of it going into, because it is a male dominant sport. But it's the best place that I went to feel what's the word, part of something, and and you feel, it makes you just feel so good, and my self-esteem and confidence is I put all of that because of boxing. I wouldn't feel so confident and feel so good about myself if it wasn't for boxing. So yeah, definitely, I'd say if you're thinking about it, and ahhing, get down to the boxing gym, really, yeah.
Well, you say it's a male-dominated sport to a degree, but obviously women's boxing is thriving at the moment, especially in the UK. So that's what I want to know. Would you have considered turning pro, perhaps, if women's boxing wasn't doing so well right now?
No, I don't think I would have. I got asked this a few years ago, and my answer was no, I wouldn't go pro, because there's nothing in it for women's boxing, and there's no coverage. Nobody even cared about it, and yeah. So the amateurs was the route to be in. Go down England, GB, do that whole so you could travel the world fighting for your country and stuff. But so that would have been my I would have just probably stuck at the amateurs. But seeing how women's boxing is taking off with the pros, and obviously everything due to COVID and stuff, it was like no better time really to turn over.
Yeah, definitely. So we await that professional debut soon, I'm sure. So a bit about yourself then. You walked into the boxing gym. Did you play any other sports at that point? Were you always kind of sporty?
Yeah, I've always been sporty. I played like for a football team. I got to quite a high level in football from the age of like 7, 8, all the way up until I got to about 12, 13, and it was time to like choose boxing or football. And then it was a really hard decision because football was my passion, but yeah, I chose boxing, and glad I did. Oh.
Why?
Don't know why. I don't know why, because I'd probably still be doing something to do if I chose football. I'd still be playing football, but yeah, boxing's my favourite sport. I'd rather be doing what I love than playing football. Yeah.
Rather be punching someone in the face and kicking a ball.
Yeah, pretty much. Choose the hard route. Never go the easy way, do I?
What did your family think about it then? They said they weren't really interested in boxing. Obviously, you're their daughter. Like, you're turning over. Well, you want to turn over as a professional and fight for money, etc. What did they think about that?
They're all really supportive. They love it. But my mum, she's still she loved it as when I was a junior. But now, as like we're adults and punches are a bit harder and it's a bit more serious, like she loves it. She'll support me the whole way. But she don't really like the idea of me getting punched and stuff like that. But so I said to her, "Will you be coming to my fights?" And she's like, "Oh, she couldn't sit there and watch, basically." But yeah, they love it. They're really proud. So
I think that's with any mother, though, really.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, obviously we've talked off camera before. We know that you've got a young daughter. You've got 2 jobs, I believe, if I remember right. So how on earth are you managing all that and then training full time as well?
The answer is I don't know. Just got to get by. You just got to do it. It's hard work, but I've managed to fit it all in, and it's working at the minute. So it's hard work though, but nothing great comes easy. So yeah, it's juggling mum life, boxing life, work life. It's a bit crazy. My weeks are just crazy, basically.
What about your own life? Do you get any time to have your own life?
I barely do. But to be honest, there's not much of life you can have when you're boxing and stuff. So it's like that's all I'm just going to be training and putting the work in. You get a bit of social life, but that comes as a treat. So yeah, I'm willing to give up all of I don't mind missing out on all of that sort of stuff to be able to go to where I want to go. So yeah.
Okay. Does your daughter understand the kind of what you're doing, and does she have any inkling that you're a fighter, or does she mention it?
Yeah, she knows that what I do every day is I go boxing, and I've showed her some videos and stuff of me training and stuff like that. She loves it. She's got her own little gloves, but yeah, she definitely is starting to understand it a lot more now as she's getting older. But yeah, she loves it though. To be fair, she don't understand any of obviously what is me getting hit and stuff. So, but yeah, she's all right with it. She knows that, even this morning, she's like, "You going boxing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She knows every day it's either boxing or running. So yeah.
What if she turned around to you one day and said, "I want to be a fighter"?
I'd go with what she wants to do, but I would try and I'm gonna show her all sports. Take her. I want her to be active, be sporty. I want her to do as much as she can. But if she wanted to box, then I couldn't not let her. But yeah, I'd prefer her not to.
Well, hopefully you can make a really successful career and give her a good life and her kids a good life, etc. So yeah, why do you believe that, as we said, in this thriving women's scene, that you're going to get to the top one day?
I believe I can. Lately, especially since the past year, I'd say I've got something in me that I know that I can make it to the top. But with all the hard work and dedication and sacrifice, I definitely can. I know I've got the talent. I've just got to apply it where it's needed. So.
And obviously, you're very hardworking because I've mentioned everything that you've got going on in your life, and you're dedicated to it. So I'm guessing the will and the mentality that's not even like in question for you.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not. It's just about like taking on everything Tony's now been teaching me. We've been working together for about 8 months now, so it's just about applying everything, because I know I can do it and I know that it will come over time. So yeah, it's about just putting all that hard work into when it needs to happen. So yeah.
How was your amateurs, etc.? How did you fare in the amateurs, and then do you believe that the pro ranks will kind of suit you more?
Yeah, I mean, amateurs was good. I won the junior ABAs, semi-finals in the youths, finals in the seniors, and won the NABCs. Travelled around and boxed in other countries, and I've had my fair share of experience. It was good. But yeah, with the pros, I feel like I'm able to actually settle down now, since I have settled it down, my boxing is just so much better. Like, it's all coming together so much nicer. It's not like I have to cram everything into three rounds. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm excited to get that going.
Did you box anyone like of note in the amateurs who's kind of made a bit of a name for themselves in the pros right now?
I've boxed. Yeah, I boxed every like good girl in around England and stuff. Like, I boxed a girl in the pros, Ellie Scottney. Boxed her, quality fighter. I boxed the girls in the GB. They're still in GB setup. Like Shona Whitwell, Ebony Jones. She's just turned over. Who else have I boxed? Loads of names, loads of girls. But yeah, I've boxed so many girls from like good, decent girls who are all either doing well in GB or turning over. So yeah. And
yeah, obviously a big part of your journey will be to get signed up with a top promoter. Obviously you've got Tony backing you as a trainer and manager. Has there been any kind of talk about potential offers with any promoters, etc. at this point?
No offers yet, but I mean, I'm hoping to get some soon. It's a hard one though, because I need to box for people to then come at me. But
you just want to get a few kind of fights under your belt this year, early next year, and then see what's on the horizon.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I want to just have a few fights, get some experience, and then hopefully get noticed and by some big promoters. So, and then see what the offers are saying then. But I've got no doubt in my mind. Like, I know that I can, and it will happen. So it's just a matter of time. You know, not gonna rush nothing. I'm gonna do things, get experience under my belt, learn how to be a proper pro. So because it is different, it's so different to the amateurs. So yeah, just wanna, and then see what offers come.
I know you said you don't want to be in a rush, and that's definitely the best attitude to take. But we've seen obviously in the women's game that things can turn around very, very quickly. See, we see Shannon had a world title shot the other day and then bagged it, and so within a year and a half, 2 years potentially, you could be on a really big stage. You never know. Obviously, hopefully everything goes well to that point. But I think that has got to be something in your mind, that things can move quick within the women's sport.
Oh, definitely, much quicker than the men's as well. So, yeah, well, like in that aspect, like, it will happen quick, but it's not like I'm just gonna let it all happen. I'm not gonna force nothing. It's just let it all happen, and if it happens quick, it happens quick. But I'm not out there to try and get. Do you know what I mean? I wanna take step by step, fight by fight, and just see what happens.
And just lastly, what kind of time frame do you think we're looking at for the professional debut of Tysie Gallagher?
Well, as long as, like, with all this COVID restrictions and stuff are going to go to plan, then hopefully I'm looking to get out in July. So fingers crossed that all happens. And then I want to be quite active, as active as I can, just to get some experience. So, yeah, hopefully July.
And when do you drop the other jobs? Kind of like a couple of fights in straight away, or do you plan to keep them jobs?
No, get the sponsors rolling in. No, got to pay the bills, got to pay, so until I'm comfortable enough to be able to do this full time and still be able to run a house and do everything, that's when I will do it. Because it's all well and good still working and stuff to, you know, keep me going each day, like when I'm not training, but it does take its toll on you, and some weeks I'm just absolutely so tired, but just push through. So it would be nice to be able to drop that, but yeah, no time frame. Hopefully as soon as possible, but just gotta see what happens.
What do you do?
I go into schools with an organisation, Boxing Saves Lives, and teach kids, teenagers boxing, and just teach them more about like mental and physical health and stuff like that. And then I PT as well on the side. So yeah.
Well, listen, Tysie, great to get you on IFL TV. Listen, when you do make that professional debut, let us know, and we'll grab another word before it. Is there anything you'd like to add before we close off? Anyone you want to mention or thank?
I want to thank Hills Physical Developments and Reese Cooper for my strength and conditioning. And physio, so they helped me out a lot. I'm put on the spot now. I just want to help. I want to say thank you to everyone that's supporting me on the journey, and I hope I get more people to follow the journey. So it's going to be a good, exciting one. So.
All right, Tysie, appreciate your time, and yeah, best of luck ahead of your professional debut whenever it is.
Thank you very much.